Entertainment have mentioned the many worlds theory throughout all of their games, but what is the many worlds theory and how accurately does Remedy portray this concept in their games? My name is Bernice, and to answer this question, let's take a look at a clip from the Night Springs episode Quantum Suicide from Alan Wake.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. With each pull of the trigger, two new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did.
What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
In this clip, Dr. Colvin gives us a brief description of the many worlds theory. He states that every time he pulls the trigger, a new reality branches off, one where he did die and one where he didn't. Now, this line of thinking aligns with other popular media about the multiverse, but it isn't exactly accurate. To understand this better, let's take a short dive into the basics of quantum physics. Quantum physics is a study of the universe at a very small scale, from things the size of atoms to smaller. Some of the most important ideas in quantum physics are that of superposition and particle wave duality. Despite what you might have learned in high school chemistry, electrons aren't actually just little particles that orbit around the nucleus of an atom. They are much more complicated than that. They are best thought of as a packet of waves, which allows them to have less well-defined positions and states, or they are in a superposition of states and positions, where the packet occupies several options. This leads into particle wave duality. Depending on how the electrons are measured, they will exhibit their particle-like qualities or their wave-like qualities. In physics, there are two different main ways that we can interpret and interact with these qualities. The first is to say, yes, they exist in all of these states at one time, but once measured, all of the other possible states stop existing except for the one that we measured. The second is to say, yes, they all exist in these states at once, but just because we measure one state does not mean the others stop existing. The many worlds theory posits that the other states do exist and are measured, just in a different universe that splits off at the time of measurement. These particles' positions and states can't be predicted like other waves. Instead, they can be estimated using this complicated equation by Schrödinger. The strange quirks of these particles can be visualized using the double-slit experiment. In this experiment, many particles, like electrons or photons, are sent through two slits at the same time and then measured when they hit a board behind these slits. Traveling through both slits simultaneously creates an interference pattern that can be seen in the measurements. Curiously, however, when these particles are sent just one at a time, the same interference pattern shows up, as if it went through both slits at the same time, even though it was just one particle. The many worlds theory says that just because we saw this one electron land here in this pattern, doesn't mean it didn't land here at the same time. The other outcomes did happen, but they didn't happen to us here in this universe. While little bits of Dr. Colvin's statements could be correct, the overarching assumption that the universe splits due to a gun firing is not true. These universes come from measurements in the quantum realm, like those measured in the double-slit experiment, not firing a gun.